All right, let's dig in here a little bit. Looking at the 60 area, some resistance. We have a couple numbers at 9 o'clock. And just drifting back here. In a very, very slow little trade. All right, we're just kind of chopping around here, so we have to kind of be patient here a little bit. It's like we either get a whole bunch of volatility or it kind of dribbles back to nothing. But that's okay. All right, chopping around both sides of our pivot here, so nothing to get too excited about. All right. Got numbers here at 9 o'clock. Maybe that'll give us something to get excited about. Yeah, well, one might be down ticking here a little bit. There's downside support down here at the 42 area. Again, very, very quiet. He's very, very patient. All right, well, just back here at our pivot. I'm going nowhere fast here this morning. We are just drifting both sides of our pivot here. Very, very quiet. Not much happening. Got to be patient here. Wait for the market to give us an opportunity. Upside resistance up here at 60, downside support here at 42, and we're just range bound here between, I don't know, 45 and 55, I guess. All right, well, just drifting in this range. See where we're going to go. All right, and now coming down here to the 42 area. There's a little bit of an opportunity here. All right, got down to 43 there. Again, I like to scale in around my level. Okay, popping back up here a little bit. Again, I scale in a point above below the area. And just got right down to 43 there and rotated back up here. Yeah, one down to the 43 there and pop back up here a little. So if you were able to get filled down there, if you did scaling around there, yeah, nice little pop back up. Again, have to be a little bit patient there and wait for the market to give us an opportunity. Green band's coming there around 41. If it did to 43, if you got filled, 42 is a lot more tenuous right now. If we go back down there. Do we have a number coming out here in about 8 minutes? A couple numbers. We'll see if that does something for us. All right, going all the way back up here. If you got filled, maybe trying to stay long. Doing okay. All right, you can see it's choppy. It drifted all the way up to the 52 area and coming back down here. So very, very choppy here. Again, be careful there at 42 because of the price action. We went down to 43 there and then popped back up. So 42 is a little bit more vulnerable. Maybe you take the 41 only because of the green band in our 5 minute. We have a couple numbers coming out here in about 5 minutes. All right, getting a little bit choppy here. Coming down all the way down here to 42 quickly. Again, be careful here. Maybe to 41 if you're a little aggressive. 42 obviously is not as strong a level as it was. Only because we went down to 42. So only if you're very aggressive would you be dipping your toe here. Otherwise, you're looking at the downside down at 30 is our next support level. All right, coming back here to these interim levels. Again, only if you're very aggressive would you be picking the 42 here, maybe at 41. Got a number coming out here in about 2 minutes. All right, we're talking about the 41. If you're very aggressive, maybe you're dipping your toe there. Otherwise, you're going to wait for the 30 area, and then we do have a number coming out here in about a minute or so. So, again, we like to be flat when numbers are released. So there's a little bit of levels, not as, like I said, because we went down to 43, kind of missed our 42 by a point there. But then if you did get to 43 and you jumped in, you got a little bit of rotation now. If we're doing anything here, maybe you're dipping your toe around the 41 area here. So bring back here and there 40 and change. Trying to get a little bit of rotation here for the number. Again, we like to be flat when numbers are released. All right, did jump in there at 40. There we go. If you did jump in there at 41, getting a nice little rotation. There's a couple of reasons to jump in there. And now we'll be just kind of wait here for the number to be released. And we're flat now. Bonds, nice little rally there. Okay, you see numbers out. You see how thin it got there. 10 lots basically up another ladder ticket. Bonds continue to rally. Jolt's report, obviously, in play here because of the, what happened last month with the unemployment numbers. Nice rally there in the bond market. Okay, we're flat. Upside resistance right now would be up at 60. Jolts came in pretty much in line. All right, upside resistance there at 60. All right, coming all the way back up here to our blue band, also our pivot. Bonds continue to stay strong here. All right, we got right up there to our pivot area there. Came off here a little bit. Those of our pivot players, they got the opportunity. All right, chopping around there. And if you played the rotation back to the there, you did okay. Very tight little range this morning. Not much going on. Kind of range bound for the most part. All right. Well, at least we did go down to a 42 area there. We average about 4 to 5 trades a day. Keyword there is average, obviously. All right. Yeah, just drifting back and forth now in the same range we were at most of the morning. So let's be patient here now. All right. Well, anybody has any questions? Definitely a good time to ask. The market is just gyrating back and forth in a little bit of range here. Not much going on. All right, quickly drifted down there to 38. Very, all of a sudden you get this influx of volatility. Again, we were flat right there, and we were looking at the 30 next. Nothing to do because we already tested the 41 area, 42 area, so we weren't doing anything there. All right, 30 areas, our next support level on the downside there. No, the VIX is there to kind of just, I mean, that changes as soon as volatility gets into play, right? And so I'm not, to say we can use the VIX somehow. I mean, you could trade the VIX if you see that it's kind of range bound and uh, not much going on, and especially if we have a trend to the upside, they seem to suck the volatility out of the market. But yesterday, the VIX was in the 18s, and she bought them, sold them, I should say, because that was the high on the lows. But if you were going to get some idea of where the market was going to go by looking at the VIX, that's saying a lot, actually. So, I'd say that's a stretch if the VIX was going to give us any kind of leading indicator as to what the market was going to do. For the bond market, though, that is very, very strong. It's a big move there in the bond market. I haven't seen a move like that in the bond market in quite a while. Very interesting move there. I mean, obviously, the employment jolts number was a little less than expected, which was probably, again, the labor market not as strong, definitely given lead to the S&Ps, I mean, the Dow, I mean, the Fed cutting.
So I have to leave early today.
All right there, Maureen.
So
Thanks for your help.
you're welcome. I will post these one more time, and I'm on my way to the vets with Sonny. He's okay. I just have to have a checkup.
All right. Take care of Sonny. Important.
Thank you.
All right. See you tomorrow. All right, there we've gotten back up here to our pivot a couple times. All right, now we've floated back up here to our pivot. All right, bonds continue to stay strong, kind of leading for first time, indicating maybe some kind of rate cut here. Let's see what the yield is. The yield this morning was on the 10s was at 429. 9, probably around 4.25 right now. Yeah, well, we're trying to see if we want to hold the pivot here and rotate back up to the upside, or if we're just going to float back into this range. Again, could go either way here. That's why we don't like to play the range game. Upside resistance up here at 60 now. If we continue, or if we get above, what is that, the 55 area, maybe. We did drift up to the top of that range there at 55. Couldn't get above it, and drifting back down here. I think it's the 55 area. I got up to 54 and change there. All right, every time you think it's going to kind of hold the blue band, go rotate back up, they just drifted back down here. So nothing to get too excited about. 60 on the upside, some resistance, and just kind of be patient here. I mean, that's all we can do, unfortunately. Okay, right back here at our pivot. Kind of boring to say all day long, but hey, what are we going to do? You know what they say, there's always tomorrow. You know, you never know. We might get another opportunity or two, but that's okay. It's going to be Friday. It's going to be unemployment, so that should be a little bit interesting, to say the least. All right, back here at these interim highs. See if wants to get up to 60 or not. All right, well, we're at the top of this little range. 60 on the upside is our next resistance area.
Hey, quick shout out to June E. Hey, June, are you back? Let me know in chat, June E. Hey, June, just use the chat feature to respond.
Trying to inch our way up. Bonds really, I mean, bonds are just staying very strong here today. They are liking this Jolt's number. Well, I'm trying to inch up, but maybe not. All right, 50, 60 or upside level of resistance here. If we get up there. You see how the bars have tightened up here a little bit. Okay, it's trying to inch its way up here. Got a little resistance up here at the 60 area. All right, trying to get up here a little bit. All right, inching our way up here to the 60 area. Okay. Again, whatever you're doing, you're always going to keep your stops in place. All right, working the 60 area here a little bit. All right, working the 60 area here a touch. Let's see if we can get something out of this. Who knows? Just keep your stops in place either way. trying. Well, I hit to get the 61 and then rotate off. If you're a little aggressive and you stayed with it, you got the 61 there. Getting a nice little rotation here. Market's job is always to get us out of the trade before it gives us an opportunity. But hopefully you're able to stay with it, and we're getting a nice rotation here, especially if you got in there at the 61 area. All right, nice little trade there. If you got the 60, you did okay there too. Just took a little bit of heat there, just time-wise. Nothing that didn't really go against us much. But we were able to get the 61 and that rotation back up there. So hopefully, if you hang in there with it, you did okay. Right now we're continuing to uptick here a little bit. Our next level of resistance is up at 70. 70, yeah. And 79. Well, at least it gave us the 60 there. It gave us a nice little chance. Waited patiently for it. All right, we continue to uptick here.
Hey, June, you trying to say something on the mic?
All right, well, we are next level of resistance on the upside there is up at 70. And we got up here to 64 and change. Coming back off here a little bit. We had to wait a little bit there for the 60 to get triggered, but we finally were able to have a nice little opportunity. And now we're just kind of staying to the side here. We're looking at the 70 area. You can see our green band and our hourly came in there at 64, where the market kind of stopped right there. Did not notice that right away. Bonds, though, very, very strong here today. See how that plays out over the next couple of days with the unemployment number on Friday. Hey, Anthony, you're around? Hi. Can we set our date for tomorrow for certain tomorrow? Are you good on your end for tomorrow? I'm going to be good on my end for sure. Okay, good. And hopefully your boss doesn't surprise you. All right. All right, so we are up here on these interim highs. Our next level of resistance on the upside up there is up at 70. We had a nice rotation against our 60. We had a nice rotation against our 42 on the downside. And now we're just kind of floating back and forth here. So let's just be patient here. And patience paid off with the 60 for sure. So it does pay off to be a little bit patient here. That's all we can do anyway. All right. Anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Otherwise, we'll get back here in a bit.
Hey, we're coming to the end of our morning session here. If you like what we're doing, come on in from our socials. You need to come into daytradingmarkets.org. Just follow the instructions on the bottom of the charts. Hey, June, were you trying to test your mic before? Just use the chat feature to respond. That can help you out. We're going to be winding down this morning's session, so come in tomorrow. Start at 9 a.m. We go to 11. We're looking to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. We're looking to pick up 2 points plus in each trade. It's a price action trading methodology that we teach. We help you get set up on your end when it comes to your account and charts. So if you need a trading platform when you pop in, let us know. If you need trading capital, let us know. If you like what we're doing here, tell your friends. If you're coming in through our socials, like us, share us, repost us, heart us, find our home base in the social you're coming in, and like our content, share our content. Appreciate it.